Be me, 36, CEO of tech startup in San Francisco. Company focused on women's empowerment. Apps, platforms, community building. Built it from ground up. 7 years of grinding. Now, 50 employees. $15 million in funding. Making real impact. Proud of what we built, but prouder of how we built it. Women first hiring. Female leadership priority. Progressive policies. Equity focus. Model company. For how tech should be. Diverse, inclusive, fair. Not like other tech bros. Not like Silicon Valley culture. Better. Have few men on team. Unavoidable. Need technical skills. Sometimes best candidate is man. But watch them closely. Make sure they fit culture. Make sure they're allies. Make sure they're not typical toxic tech bro types. One guy in particular. Name is Marcus. 34. Senior software engineer. Been with company 2 years. Technically brilliant. Everyone says so. CTO loves him. Team respects him. Gets results. But something's off. Can't put finger on it. Just feel it. He's too quiet. Too reserved. Doesn't engage in company culture. Skips social events. Leaves right at 5 p.m. Doesn't do happy hours. Doesn't join discussions. About diversity, equity, inclusion. Just codes and leaves. Red flag. If you're ally, you engage. You participate. You show up. He doesn't. Start watching him. More closely. In meetings. He barely speaks. Unless directly asked. Then gives technical answer. And goes quiet again. When women on team talk, he listens. Takes notes. Implements their ideas. But doesn't contribute his own. Seems passive. Seems disengaged. Seems like he doesn't want to be here. At all hands meeting. Discussing new diversity initiatives. Everyone's engaged. Sharing ideas. Getting excited. Marcus sits in back. Silent. Looking at laptop. Not even pretending to care. Pisses me off. After meeting. Pull him aside. Marcus. We need to talk. He looks up. Surprised. Sure, what's up? You seem disengaged. In the meeting. Was working on a login bug. Priority 1. That's not the point. The meeting was important. About company culture. About our values. You should participate. He nods. I'll try to. That's it. No engagement. No explanation. No care. He just agrees and leaves. Frustrating. Bring it up with leadership team. All women except CTO. Marcus isn't fitting culture. Say it to group. He's disengaged. Doesn't participate. Just codes and leaves. CTO, Jen disagrees. He's our best engineer. Productivity is through the roof. Never misses deadlines. Code quality is perfect. That's not enough. We need cultural fit. Need people who care about our mission. Jen looks uncomfortable. He does care. He just shows it differently. By doing his job exceptionally well. Not good enough. Start documenting. His disengagement. His lack of participation. His cultural misfit. Building case. For performance review. Maybe termination. Can't have people here who don't believe in mission. Who don't engage with values. Who just collect paycheck. Week later. Company hosts workshop on allyship. On how men can support women. In tech. Mandatory for all employees. Everyone shows up. Engage, participating. Taking notes. Marcus sits in back. Again. Arms crossed. Face neutral. Not engaging. Workshop leader asks, what can men do to support women in tech? Hands go up. Ideas flowing. Active listening. Amplifying voices. Sharing credit. Good stuff. Marcus says nothing. Just sits there. Leader notices. Marcus, right? You're in engineering. What do you think? Everyone turns. Looks at him. He shifts uncomfortably. I just try to do my job. Treat everyone with respect. Let work speak for itself. That's it. That's his answer. Not good enough. Leader tries again. But what about active allyship? Active participation? Active support? Marcus looks uncomfortable. I think the best support is treating everyone equally, not making assumptions, judging work objectively. Wrong answer. That's colorblind approach. That's privilege talking. That's ignoring systemic issues. After workshop, even more convinced. He doesn't get it, doesn't understand, doesn't care. Call him to my office. Week later, time for conversation. Real conversation. He sits down. Nervous. Good. Should be nervous. Marcus, your performance is concerning. He looks shocked. My performance? Jen said I'm exceeding metrics. Not technical performance. Cultural performance. You don't engage. Don't participate. Don't show up. For what matters? He's quiet. Processing. Can you give examples? Seriously. All hands meetings. You sit in back. On your laptop. Not engaging. I'm usually fixing bugs. That come up during day. That's not the point. Getting frustrated. The point is participation. Showing you care. Being part of community. He nods slowly. I understand. Do you though? Challenge. Because it doesn't seem like you believe in our mission, in our values, in what we're building here. A long pause. I do believe in the mission. His voice is quiet. Just don't think I'm the right person to talk about it. What? What does that mean? It means he chooses words carefully. You've built something for women by women, and that's important. That's necessary. Pause. I'm just here to support that with my skills, not to center myself in conversations that aren't about me. Wait, that almost sounds self-aware, but still, we need allies who speak up, who participate, who engage, not just do technical work. He looks at me. Direct eye contact. First time really. With respect. I've been in tech 12 years. Seen what happens when men dominate conversations, when men center themselves, when men take up space. Pause. I'm trying not to do that. Trying to make room by taking up less. Interesting perspective. Wrong, but interesting. That's not what we're asking. Silence isn't allyship. Participation is. Okay. He nods. I'll try to participate more. Leaves. Still feel like he doesn't get it, but at least he'll try. Next, all hands. Marcus sits in front. Raises hand. Several times. Shares ideas. Participates actively. Exactly what I wanted. But something feels off. He seems uncomfortable. Forced. Not genuine. Like he's performing. Not engaging. After meeting, several women approach me. What's up with Marcus? He's never like this. Seems weird. They're right. It is weird. But it's what I asked for. Right? Week later. Team meeting. Engineering discussion. About new feature. Debate happening. Between two female engineers. Both have valid points. Both passionate. Getting heated. Marcus sits quietly. Watching. One engineer, Sarah, asks. Marcus, you're senior. What do you think? Technical perspective. He hesitates. Looks around. I think both approaches have merit. Maybe we could prototype both. See which performs better. Diplomatic. Non-committal. Not helpful. Sarah looks frustrated. But which do you think is better? You have the most experience. Marcus shifts. I don't want to override anyone's ideas. You're not overriding. Other engineer, Maya, says. We're asking your opinion. As senior engineer, that's your job. He looks trapped. I think Sarah's approach is more scalable, but requires more upfront work. Maya's is faster to implement, but might need refactoring later. Pause. Both valid. Depends on timeline. Still diplomatic. Still not taking stance. After meeting, Sarah and Maya talk to Jen. I overhear. Marcus is being weird. Won't give straight answers. Just agrees with everyone. It's not helpful. Jen looks concerned. Comes to my office later. We need to talk about Marcus. I know. He's still not engaging properly. Actually, Jen sits down. It's the opposite. He's engaging too carefully. Too diplomatically. Not being himself. Confused. What do you mean? Before your talk. He was direct, honest. Gave clear technical opinions. Made decisions. Led the team. Pause. Now he's passive. Won't take positions. Won't lead. Won't even give opinions. Unless specifically asked. and then only diplomatic ones. She looks at me. What did you say to him? Defensive now. I told him to participate more, to engage with culture, to be present. You told him to perform allyship. Jen says carefully, and now he's performing. Instead of just being the good engineer he was. That's not fair. He wasn't being ally before. He was silent, disengaged. He was making space. Jen says firmly, doing his job, supporting his team, without centering himself. Pause. And now you've told him. That's not enough. So he's trying to be what you want, and it's making him worse. Don't want to hear this. But she might be right. Decide to watch more carefully. Really watch. Without bias. Without assumption. What I see surprises me. In meetings, Marcus now speaks up, but says nothing of substance. Just affirmations. Just agreements. Just validation. Other engineers look to him for technical guidance. He deflects. What do you think? Both ideas are good. I'm sure either would work. Not leading. Not deciding. Not helping. In code reviews, he approves everything, with minor comments. No real critique. No real feedback. Quality slipping. Because he's not doing his job, which is senior engineer, which is technical leadership, which requires opinions, and decisions, and direction. One day, critical bug in production. System is down. Customers affected. Revenue impacted. Team is panicking. Sarah and Maya arguing. About root cause. About solution. Everyone looking to Marcus. He's senior engineer. Should lead this. He sits quietly, listening, not deciding. Marcus, Jen finally says. Frustrated. We need decision. What's the fix? He looks uncomfortable. I think both approaches could work. We don't have time for both. Jen's angry now. Pick one. As senior engineer, that's your job. Marcus looks around. At all the faces. All the women. All his colleagues. Watching him. I don't want to override anyone's expertise. Marcus. Jen yells. First time ever. Make a fucking decision. He flinches. Then something changes. In his face. In his posture. He stands up. Sarah, your theory is right. But implementation is wrong. Maya, your approach will work. Here's what we do. Takes charge. Gives directions. Clear, specific, technical. Team jumps into action. Following his lead. Bug fixed in 30 minutes. System backup. Crisis averted. After everything calms down, Jen pulls me aside. We need to talk. About Marcus. Again. In my office. She closes door. You need to apologize to him. What? You've been managing him into being useless. I've been asking him to participate. You've been asking him to perform. She's angry. Really angry. Marcus is good engineer. Great engineer. But you've made him afraid to do his job. That's not true. Is it? Afraid of what? Of being too male. Too dominant. Too technical. Too leadership. Why? She sits down. He's been walking on eggshells, trying not to be the man who takes over. The man who dominates. The man who centers himself. Pause. Because you told him. That's what he was doing. By just doing his job. Feels sick. I just wanted him to engage. He was engaging, Jen says firmly, in the only way he knew how. By being excellent at his job. By supporting his team. By letting others shine. Pause. And you told him that wasn't enough. That he needed to perform. So he did. And became useless. She stands up. Talk to him. Really talk to him. Understand what you did. And fix it. Leaves me sitting. In my office. Processing. Understanding. Feeling terrible. Spend next few days. Really watching Marcus. Really seeing him. For first time. Without bias. Without assumption. See how team interacts with him. They ask questions constantly. Technical questions. Architecture questions. Design questions. He answers thoughtfully, clearly, helpfully, but briefly, then redirects to them. See how he reviews code. Before my talk. Check old reviews. Detailed, thorough. Constructive criticism. Teaching through feedback. After my talk. Superficial brief. Just approvals. No real feedback. See how he leads. Before, decisive, clear, direct. After, passive, diplomatic, useless. I broke him. I broke a good engineer. By making him afraid. To be himself. To do his job. To be competent. Because competent man. In position of authority. Using expertise. Felt like dominance to me. Felt like typical tech bro. Felt like problem. But it wasn't. It was just. Good engineer. Doing his job. Well. Request meeting with Marcus. Private. My office. He comes in. Wary. Guarded. Can't blame him. Marcus. Thank you for coming. He nods. Sits down. Waits. I owe you an apology. He looks surprised. For what? For everything. Take deep breath. I misjudged you. From the start. Made assumptions. About who you were. What you represented. What you were doing here. He's quiet. Listening. I saw you being quiet. Saw you not participating. In culture discussions. And assumed you didn't care. Assumed you were an ally. Assumed you were a problem. Pause. I was wrong. His face doesn't change. Still guarded. You were making space. Supporting your team. Doing your job excellently. Without centering yourself. Feel tears coming. Push them down. Professional. And I punished you for it. Told you it wasn't enough. Made you perform. Made you into something. That isn't you. That isn't helpful. That isn't good. Finally, he speaks. Why? Simple question. Hard answer. Because I was scared. Admit it. Out loud. First time. Of what? Of you being like other men. In tech. Who take over. Who dominate. Who center themselves. Who push women out. Pause. So I saw a threat. Where there wasn't one. Saw dominance. Where there was support. Saw a problem. Where there was solution. Marcus nods slowly. I get it. You do? Yeah. He leans forward. I've worked at other companies. Where men like that exist. Where they do take over. Where they do dominate. Where they do push women out. Pause. I never wanted to be that. So I try to be opposite. Quiet, supportive, non-threatening. Sad smile. But that wasn't right either. Apparently. God, I'm an idiot. It was right. Say firmly. It was exactly right. You were exactly what this team needed. What this company needed. What I needed to see. Pause. But I was too blind. Too biased. Too scared. To see it. He's quiet. Processing. Can I ask you something? He finally says. Anything. Why do I have to prove? I'm not a threat. Why is that my job? Pause. Why can't I just do my job? Be good at it. Support my team. And let that speak for itself. He's right. Completely right. And I have no good answer. You shouldn't have to say quietly. That's not fair. That's not right. That's my bias. My fear. My problem. Look at him. Not yours. And I'm sorry. For making it yours. For making you carry it. For making you perform. Something you weren't. Pause. You were right the first time. Being quiet. Being supportive. Letting work speak. Making space. That was good allyship. Best allyship. He looks at me. Really looks. Thank you. For saying that. I mean it. I know. Sit in silence. Comfortable. For first time. Can I go back? He asks. To being how I was. Please. Feel relief. Actual relief. Please do. Team needs you. Real you. Not performing you. Not scared you. Competent, direct, honest you. He smiles. First real smile I've seen from him. Okay. Next few weeks. Marcus transforms back. Into himself. In meetings. He's direct again. Clear opinions. Technical expertise. Leadership. Real leadership. In code reviews. Detailed feedback. Constructive criticism. Teaching. In decisions. Clear, fast, confident. When needed. Team response. Productivity increases. Quality improves. Morale lifts. They have their leader back. Their senior engineer. Their Marcus. Pull Sarah aside one day. What's different with Marcus? She lights up. He's back. Back. Yeah. He was weird for a while. All passive and diplomatic. Wasn't helpful. Pause. But now he's back to normal. Giving real feedback. Making decisions. Leading the team. It's so much better. She has no idea. What I did. What I almost destroyed. I'm glad. Mean it. Really mean it. All hands meeting. Next month. Discussing new features. Company direction. Everyone participating. Marcus sits him back. On his laptop. Like always. Before it bothered me. Now I understand. He's probably fixing something. Solving something. Supporting something. Quietly. Effectively. In his way. After meeting. Someone asks technical question. About feasibility. Everyone looks to Marcus. He looks up. Thinks. Gives clear, direct answer. With reasoning. With trade-offs. With recommendation. Then goes back to laptop. That's it. No performance. No diplomacy. No walking on eggshells. Just competence. Just expertise. Just him. Perfect. Quarterly review time. Marcus and I meet. Different vibe. More comfortable. More honest. More real. Your performance is excellent. Start with truth. Team loves working with you. Productivity is up. Quality is up. Leadership is strong. He smiles. Slightly. Thanks. I mean it. Everything I said before was wrong. You're exactly what this team needs. What this company needs. Pause. I'm sorry it took me so long to see it. He nods. I appreciate that. Can I ask? Different question. Why me? Why was I the one you focused on? Fair question. Hard answer. Because you're man, in leadership position, with technical authority, and I was scared of what that meant, what it could become. Pause. Instead of trusting that you'd be who you showed me from the start. Good engineer, good teammate, good person. He's quiet. Then, can I tell you something? Please. I almost quit. Heart stops. When? After our first talk. About participation. About culture. Pause. I felt like I couldn't win. Be quiet. I'm disengaged. Speak up. I'm centering myself. Lead. I'm dominating. Don't lead. I'm useless. He looks at me. I didn't know what you wanted. Except for me to not be me. Feel sick. Actual nausea. Why didn't you quit? Jen. He says simply, she told me to wait. That you'd figured out. That you were dealing with your own stuff. Pause. And she was right. Thank God for Jen. For believing in him. When I didn't. For protecting him. For me. I'm so sorry. Say again. Mean it more. For almost driving you away. For making you feel like you couldn't win. For punishing you. For being good at your job. He nods. Accepts apology. Doesn't make it easy. Shouldn't make it easy. I don't deserve easy. Month later. Company all hands. Celebrating milestone. 1 million users. Big achievement. Everyone's excited. I give speech. About journey. About mission. About values. About team. Then pause. I want to talk about allyship. Everyone quiets. Listening. I thought allyship meant constant participation. Meant speaking up always. Meant centering the cause. Pause. I was wrong. True allyship is doing your job excellently. Supporting your team consistently. Making space genuinely. Leading when needed. Following when appropriate. Being yourself authentically. Look at Marcus. In back. On laptop. Probably fixing something. It's quiet. It's consistent. It's real. Pause. And I almost missed it because I was looking for performance instead of substance. For show instead of character. For what I expected instead of what was there. After meeting, several people approach, asking questions about what I meant, about allyship, about performance versus substance. Good conversations, honest conversations, growth conversations. Marcus approaches. Last one. Everyone else gone. Thank you. He says simply, for what? For saying that. For understanding. For changing your mind. Pause. That takes courage. Shake my head. Courage would have been seeing it from the start. trusting you from the start. This is just finally pulling my head out of my ass. He laughs. Real laugh. First time ever. Well, better late than never, I guess. We stand there. Comfortable silence. For first time, real comfort, real ease, real respect. Marcus. Yeah. Thank you. For what? For staying, for being patient, for being exactly who you are, even when I punished you for it. He smiles. Thanks for figuring it out. Before I actually quit. You were really going to quit. Yeah. He's serious. It was miserable. Trying to be what I thought you wanted. Trying to prove I wasn't a threat. Trying to be useful while being invisible. Pause. Couldn't do it much longer. Feel terrible. All over again. I'm sorry. I know. He says gently. And I forgive you. That's it. Simple. Clean. Done. Present day. 6 months later. Company is thriving. Marcus is thriving. Team is thriving. Everything's better. Because I'm better. Because I learned. Because I grew. Changed my leadership approach. With all male employees. Not just Marcus. Trust first. Judge by work. By character. By consistency. Not by performance. Not by show. Not by fear. Results are clear. Better retention. Better productivity. Better culture. Better everything. Because people can be themselves. Can do their jobs. Can contribute authentically. Without performing. Without proving. Without fear. One evening. Working late. Marcus still there. Rare. He usually leaves at 5. You okay? Ask. He looks up. Yeah. Just fixing something. Before deployment tomorrow. Need help? Nah, almost done. Go back to work. Hour later. He's still there. Walk over. Seriously, you okay? You never stay this late. He smiles. I'm good. Just want to get this right. Job is important to me. Pause. Company is important to me. This team, this work, this mission matters. Feel emotional. Keep it together. It matters to us too. Having you here, you specifically, not just any engineer, you. He nods. Gets it. Goes back to work. I go back to mine. We work in silence. Comfortable. Companionable. Right. Later that night. Driving home. Thinking about everything. About Marcus. About my journey. About what I learned. About how wrong I was.